planned proposals, and a man that ain't worth the bleep.
On this episode of Simply Necessary Conversations.
So I feel like maybe it's just my For You page because of the age that I am and the content that I consume, but I feel like it's like wedding proposal season right now. I've just been seeing a lot of people talk about getting proposed to and their surprise proposals. And one that really caught my attention was this guy that wanted to propose to his girlfriend, and he wanted to do it on the ice at Rockefeller Center during Christmas time, so the big Christmas tree was in the background. But she didn't know how to skate, so he spent months preparing her to learn how to skate just specifically for this moment for their proposal. So at first glance, I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, that's a cute aesthetic background. But then, like, the more I thought about it and the more I looked through the comments, I'm like, why would you do something that she either doesn't like or doesn't know how to do for her, like, for her big moment of you, like, professing your undying love for her and asking her to marry you? So what do you think? Do you think that it was a cute idea and that he planned so well? Or do you think he should have picked something that she would have already been familiar with or comfortable with?
If she knew how to skate already, I would have thought, oh, that's cute. Yeah. You know, that's romantic or whatever. But the fact that he basically, I'm not going to say he forced her to learn how to skate, but he just kind of coerced her, encouraged her very strongly, whatever, however you want to say it, to learn how to skate so that he could do that. I feel like that was more about him than
like
her.
Even in the video, she didn't learn how to skate really well. Like, it was very like, yeah. And then like they had to take a moment to get to the center of the ice. And I just feel like it kind of took away, like, for me, if that happened to me, I feel like it would have taken away from the magical part of the moment, because it's just like, I might fall down out here. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be on this ice.
Yeah, I think sometimes a grand proposal is for the woman. You know, he knows something she likes, he knows something she's into, or he knows something that she really, really would appreciate it and enjoy having be a part of the proposal process. Yeah. But a lot of times the showy proposals are about the guy wanting to be showy in the proposal. And it's very telling because, like, you know, learning how to ice skate, learn how to skate at all, but learn how to ice skate. As somebody that has
tried to ice skate and can't, that is very hard.
That is very hard and very difficult. And I don't know the backstory. The intentions may have been good, but he could have spent that time with her doing something that was of more interest to her, or I don't know.
Now, if she expressed an interest in learning how to skate or said like, oh, this would be such a wonderful proposal at some point in their relationship, then that's understandable. And obviously we don't know if they've had that conversation or not before. So we're judging it based on the one video that we saw posted online. Yeah. But I feel like he could have picked something that was suited for what her interests were.
Or that was easier for her.
That was a lot easier. Like, I feel like she probably would have had a maybe cuter outfit on. She would have felt a little bit more prepared. I mean, I guess she probably was caught off guard because she wouldn't have expected it.
I mean, I don't remember, like, I don't even know if I watched enough of the video, but like, even after she said yes, like, it's not like they could skate out like that.
Yeah, like the whole thing. You can't have a moment of like, oh.
Yeah, the whole thing was, the whole proposal was set up in her discomfort. And that's kind of...
I feel like it could be foreshadowing of what a marriage with him looks like. If he, like, I feel like in a moment like that, you should be thinking about what she likes. Yeah. Not saying that I want to get proposed to at Disney World. I'm just putting that out there. But as much as I like Disney, I wouldn't be surprised if my boyfriend was like, oh, let me propose to her in front of the castle. Like, that would make sense for me. But, like, don't take me on a hike and then propose to me, because I don't do that.
Or at a football game or something.
Yeah, like I don't do that.
Yeah, there are guys that get caught up in the, aren't I a great guy? So much so that they discard the feelings of the woman. A date that I went on, not too recently, but fairly recently, I could tell that I was with one of those guys where, like, because he recommended something on the menu and then kind of insisted that I try it.
Oh, no.
Because he recommended it, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, whatever. And then I proceeded to order what I wanted, and then he said, you're not going to have the blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
that would have pissed me off.
Well, here's the thing, though. It was his money. Okay, order that. He ordered it. I tried it. It wasn't all that great. He wasted his money, but, like, he just was kind of insistent that I have it. And I could tell from that he was a certain type of person.
I don't like being told what to do in that sense of let me have an option. Like, be a great guy and letting me choose what I want to do on my own and thinking of what I like.
sometimes it's well-intentioned, but you gotta not, if something is for somebody else, it needs to be for that person. And I am a big believer in, I would rather you not get me something or do something for me if it's not something that I really want. I appreciate it. I appreciate, like they say, the thought is the thought that counts. I get all that, but at the same time, if you know me and you know me really well, and I've expressed to you over and over and over this, like it would be like me saying, "Oh, I want a pink sweater. I want a pink sweater. I want a pink sweater. I want a pink sweater," and then you showing up with a purple sweater, saying, "Isn't this a great purple sweater?" Well, yeah, as purple sweaters go, it's great, but that's not what I
feel
want.
like. It's instance like that will tell her what her gifts in the future are going to look like. Because you don't want to date or marry somebody that doesn't know how to get you a present or doesn't know how to surprise you.
Who doesn't speak your love language. Like, that's great if that's what you like and that's what she could do for him.
I mean, some people just aren't great gift givers.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm one of those people. I think I give good gifts because I think I try to imagine whether the person that I'm giving something to is going to like it or not. Like, I try to tailor all of my gifts to my boyfriend of not what I want to do with him, not what I want to do for him. What will he like? Yeah. If he wants to sit and play a video game all day, but I don't see that as a way to celebrate whatever is going on, that's on me. Like, that's what he wants to do. That's not what I want to do. If it's his turn to be celebrated, do whatever that it is that you want to do. And he does the same for me. Like, you can't create scenarios that, will look good on your Instagram, but the person that you're doing it for doesn't really care.
Yeah, I think that was a case of he knew that he was hoping to get accolades and pats on the back for, oh, what a cute proposal, without thinking about
and
the fact
thinking
that
I planned this so well. And it's just like, maybe a little less planning, a little more thoughtfulness is what we needed in that situation. But no shade to her, because that's your man, girl.
We're gonna go back to not minding their business, but just if you're asking me, did I think it was the best way for him to propose to her? No, because she didn't know how to skate, and he made her spend months learning how to skate so that he could kind of shine.
Because what if she wanted to just go to the mall?
Yeah, or
get an Auntie Annie's or something. Not go to the ice rink. Yeah. Like,
there's nothing wrong with him teaching her how to skate, but just like, don't make that a part of a big moment in her life if that's not something she would normally do.
He obviously knew how to skate. It was just like, in your head when you were a kid, did you think, I'm going to propose to my girlfriend at Rockefeller Center? I don't care who it is. Like, that's not a personalized experience. Yeah. Like,
anyway, well, congratulations to them. Hopefully it works out.
Congratulations.
Hopefully it works out.
I hope y'all have a wonderful marriage. This is just us talking about your life when we probably shouldn't be, but oh well. Let me put y'all on. I'm going to let you take the reins on this because it was your idea.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you got to look up the one lady.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, first, I'll start with, I'm not putting y'all on to Tabitha Brown because you have to live under a rock if you don't already know who Tabitha Brown is.
There's a lot of people that don't know who she is.
But Tabitha Brown, she is someone that started out driving Uber. She made a TikTok, I think it was, that went viral talking about a sandwich at Whole Foods. And she is now like globally recognized, I'm pretty sure, and making a lot of money. She has released lots of different product lines with Target. She tends to partner with Target. Mm-hmm. She has Donna's Recipe. She has all kinds of stuff. But her most recent product release at Target, I think is adorable. All of her stuff is very practical. It's cutesy. It says Tabitha Brown. It's very signature.
Like, what is it?
So, like, she has a lunch bag that's insulated, that has a little saying on it. She has she is a fan of avocados. Like, she loves avocados, so she has an avocado mug and a tea diffuser shaped like an avocado. That's just cutesy. But she has a lot of containers for taking lunch, for entertaining, that kind of stuff. And what I like about specifically the containers is quite a few of them are compartmentalized. So, like, she has one for salad where you can put your salad greens on the bottom, and then on the top it has a lid, but on the immediately underneath the lid there's several different compartments so that you can have all your different salad ingredients separated so that it's not getting soggy and messy or whatever. And when you get ready to make your salad, build your salad, you just dump them all in. Quite a few compartmentalized containers, and I personally appreciate that because I'm one of those people where I may want things that I want to eat together later, but I don't want them together while, you know, they're waiting to be eaten. But just cute stuff. Check out her line at Target because she just released it. And I just think the stuff is adorable. She has a tea kettle, like all kinds of stuff. Something I think for everybody. Big ups to Tab. You know I'm a fan of Tabitha Brown.
We can tell.
Because I refer to her as Tab, and you keep telling me she's not my friend, but I say she is my friend because she's everybody's friend because she's just a sweet spirit like that. And then the other, let me put y'all on, I think this year in 2025, we want to like support other Black creatives, specifically female creatives. I believe her name is Cartier. She has a show on the Delicious Miss Brown, I believe it's called. I told you to look it up before we started because I knew I wasn't going to remember, but her name is Cartier. She is I'm going to say young. She might not be young to some people. Delicious Miss Brown.
Oh, it has 10 seasons. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's been a slow build, but she has her cooking show based out of the Carolinas. I think we might be related because, you know, some of my dad's family was from the Carolinas, but we're going to leave that over there. But she has a cooking show and she is now on the Food Network. You know, usually when they bring somebody in new, they start out doing something specific, and she's now like co-hosting and being a judge on some of the different Food Network shows.
Oh, her name is cool.
Cartier.
I like the way she spells it.
Yeah. But anyway, I think we should support Black creatives, specifically female Black creatives, Tabitha Brown and Cartier. What is her last name? Brown? Cartier Brown?
Cartier Brown.
I think she recently, not too recently, but recently got married. But she's still using Brown as her last name. But Delicious Miss Brown, it's on the Food Network. I catch it on the weekends a lot, but sometimes they like have marathons where they show her. Y'all check her out because we got a lot of people on TV cooking and carrying on. And you know we are people. If we can do anything, we can cook. I want to support her. So anyway, let me put y'all on. Tabitha Brown, Cartier Brown just happen to have the same names.
They're cousins.
I don't know.
Because you know Tabitha is from the Carolinas.
She is. I don't know about Tabitha, but I think Cartier could be, because, you know, she kind of looks like people in the family. She could be a cousin. Hey, cuz, if we're cousins. But
you
anyway.
know, in her Instagram bio, I just saw her top thing is, hey, cousins.
Is it? Look at God. Look at that. Anyway, hey, cuz, we want to support you and tell people about you because you seem like such a nice young lady. So anyway, y'all check her out on the Food Network.
Well, on to less positive, a little bit more negative news. What had happened was... So I saw this lady, you know what, let me see what her actual name is, because I'm always saying...
We gonna say her name?
Well, she put it online.
Okay.
I mean, it's her lived experience. She wanted us to know about it.
Okay.
Her @ is, which I find funny, is Shonda Rhimes Stan account.
Okay.
But she kind of told this story and was kind of like, hey, like, am I tripping? I mean, you know, whatever. And basically what happened was she was with her boyfriend for a year. I think she said he was 34, so I'm assuming she's also in her 30s or maybe late 20s, 30s, somewhere like, you know, grown. That's point. They're grown. She said that she was, you know, pulling in like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year with her job, unexpectedly lost her job, and has since been trying to find a new job and doing interviews and submitting applications and not having luck. Understandable. Everyone's, you know, probably been in that situation before.
Yeah.
So I wrote notes down because it was a very long story time. But she asked her boyfriend, hey, I'm having a hard time. I might be homeless. Like, I have all these bills stacking up. And I, like, you know, if you're making $100,000 a year and you have, you know, an apartment, a car, whatever, expecting to have that money, and then it goes away unexpectedly, you're kind of going to be screwed. So she was saying, hey, like, I'm trying to find something. I can't find something. She says that he has his own place. He lets his best friend live there for free. Hey, can I move in temporarily or, you know, until I get back on my feet? He said no. Just like, you know. Actually, yeah, no. He was like, I like for us to have separate places. So if we get into arguments, we can go our separate ways and then come back together. And then she said something about, like, if I don't find somewhere to stay soon, I'm literally going to be living in my car. And he said, well, you know, a lot of millionaires lived in their car before they made their millions.
Now you know what?
And I will say that she started the story by saying that she's single.
I know she is. I know she absolutely is. First of all, it's giving beard, because if his best friend can stay at the house,
everybody was saying. How's your best friend living there?
She was a beard. I don't know why she didn't peep that earlier.
Somebody said he was going with the best friend, like and you were about to intrude on their situation.
Yeah, like you must be out your rabbit mind. If your best friend can stay at your house, and I'm supposed to be your significant other, and I can't stay at your house. And the other part of the
story is, she said when she initially started talking to him, I'm sure because of her age, she was like, after a year, if things are, going to pace, going well, she expects to be engaged. And she thought, like, they were on the same page about, like, yeah, we grown, things go well, we get engaged because, we want to get married, we want to have a future together.
Yeah.
When she said that, he said that was your plan, not his.
So, in conclusion, she was his beard, and he is going to find a new beard that will tolerate his tomfoolery, because there is no way. And I would never speak to him again, because if a man will shenan once, he will shenan again. So I would never speak to him again. He would be dead to me, and I would move on with my life. She dodged a bullet.
Because I feel like if they were younger and it was earlier on in like 2 months or something, maybe you don't let her move in because you don't know where things are going to go.
Like that might have been planned.
You might help her in some way, try to, get her a hotel. Like you help. Maybe.
But I still stand on if we've been dating any amount of time and your best friend can stay there. And did you say his best friend lives there for free?
I don't know 100% if she said free, but I think she implied that he stays there for free.
Oh no, honey, his best friend is his man. Like that's his man. Like you were a beard, absolutely. Because what real man do you know?
In her head, they're already on the track to get married. Well, so this is just bumping up the.
She clearly missed a lot of signs. She clearly, because it doesn't even sound like he gaslit. Like based on the way that it ended, it doesn't sound like he was gaslighting her.
It seems like she told him her expectations, and instead of her talking with him, she was maybe talking at him,
and he was just like,
went along with it because maybe he did like her a little bit or thought she was cool to hang out with, but was just kind of like, she's saying all of that, but like we haven't, like, whatever.
And then it got serious when she needed somewhere to stay. No, ma'am.
Because I feel like in any relationship, if either partner is in that situation where you just unexpectedly lose everything, why would you not let them come stay with you?
As a woman that believes strongly that a man needs to have his own blah, 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 blah. If I was with somebody and they had shown themselves to be a rider to me in my time of need, as much as I would be against it, I give them now you're not
going to just be sitting on the couch and
you're not moving in and just not doing anything. You're going to pay some bills. You're going to do some maintenance. You're going to do something like you're going to earn your keep, and you're going to know that it's temporary. Like you're not staying at my house, whatever. But like you're about to be homeless, and prior to being about to be homeless, you seem like a productive citizen, and something just came out of the blue. Like I've never dated a man with money. I've never dated a man.
Oh Lord!
Like I've never dated a man that came with everything that a man should have. I've been willing to work with the brothers, but once like that right there is crazy to me. Like that to me is crazy.
Because even as a friend,
let me hold on. What? In the past, I was willing to work with a brother. I'm in my 50s now, not working with any more brothers, just in case somebody heard that and got an idea. No, ma'am. But back to this.
Even if a friend needed somewhere to stay, I wouldn't love it because I love my own space. Now, here's the
thing. With a friend, first of all, you ain't going to lean on me because I'm going to feel like, where's your family? Where's your whatever and stuff? I wouldn't see you out on the street. I would be more inclined with a friend to help you get somewhere else because I don't want nobody in my house. It depends on the circumstances.
Am I... Like, in the situation, am I single living alone? Am I with somebody, but we both have our own places? Yeah. So where it's like I can be at his place and kind of let you figure it out?
We have a clear understanding of how we work. I wouldn't see them on the street. I wouldn't want them to move in with me, but I wouldn't see them on the street. We would sit down and discuss what is it that you need me to do and how are we going to do it. But I wouldn't see them on the street.
And it depends on the closeness of the friend. Because if we're friends, but we don't really talk like that, and then you just come out of the blue and like, hey, can I stay at your house? No.
Because I don't have, like, bank ain't written, like, that's not even a part of my name.
I will say, it depends on how they lost their money.
That too.
Depends on how. If you were working, you were employed, and then you got laid off.
Okay, first of all, how long have you been laid off? Like, how long into the process is it? Because if you immediately became homeless when you got, that meant you were overspending. You were not putting anything aside for a rainy day. That's a problem that you got now, not me. But if you were laid off, and I know for certain that you've been looking for jobs, you haven't been having any luck, like there's a whole lot of moving parts to a situation like that.
But then even with that, if you don't have a source of income, how are you going to find a new place to live, like an apartment, or how they're going to need some proof that you have a job and have income?
Yeah, I mean, it's very situational, and there's a lot of circumstances that can be affected. There's a lot of things that can, could play into the decisions that I make and how much I'm willing to help you. But assuming that they had been dating for a reasonable amount of time, assuming that they had a monogamous relationship, assuming that he had led her to believe that they were an official couple with plans for the future, that's a lot of assumptions. But assuming all of that,
she said all of that, so we're not even assuming.
Then, he's dead to me.
But I feel like this is not to victim blame her, because obviously, she probably didn't see that coming. Yeah. Anything that happened to her coming.
Yeah, because you never expect betrayal. You never expect that.
That's a lesson of, as women of a certain age, you cannot talk at it. Like, you have to, you need to let him tell you what he wants to do. Yeah. You can't come into the relationship saying, in a year I want to be engaged.
Well, and then also you can't just say things and not see some action being put behind it. Because to me, based on what you said, if he could just tell her, no, you can't like that easily, then he wasn't doing other things leading up to that. Oh, and then she said also something else that he said. There would be like any future for them.
Also something else that he said that she found random was he said that he didn't believe in like moving in before marriage. And she was like, that came out of like he never expressed that would have been an issue for him.
What he meant was he didn't think she would ever have to live with him and his man. Like that's what he meant.
She was like, I feel like we needed to move in before and based on they did need to do that.
They weren't having conversations that they should have had.
They were, because I feel like based on my life and how I conduct myself, we already talked about that. Like, and we're 22. We're not 30 something years old.
And here's the thing: I know she had to have communicated with him that she lost her job. She should not have even had to. And
that was the thing. She was like,
he should have said, "Hey, I got you."
She was trying to wait to see if he offered any form of assistance after he knew she lost her job. And then she asked, because I guess she got desperate.
Was when she lost her job and he didn't immediately step up and offer to help her, she should have started her exit plan right then. Like, she should have known. I feel like at the
very least, even if you don't want to fund her lifestyle, maybe she spends too much on whatever. Yeah. If you don't want to fund her lifestyle, you could at least give her a bed to sleep in.
If when y'all are together, can stay at your house. If your friend can stay at your house, but I can't stay at your house,
and this goes to sometimes these men out here care more about their best friend than their girlfriend, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to reevaluate what you like.
Yeah, like no, she dodged a bullet, and I know it sounds crazy to say, but it was almost a blessing that this happened, so that she did not end up married to or in some type of situationship with him that went beyond what they already had. Because
what happens when if they were to get married, if they reached that, and then she lost her job and couldn't afford her portion of whatever bill she said she was going to pay?
Get a divorce after that. I don't know.
Like that goes back to like the women saying that if their man lost their job, then everybody just is going to be homeless. Like what are we doing here? Are we not communicating? Are we not saying how we feel about? Are we not thinking about worst case scenarios when things are good in the relationship?
Like the Boyz II Men said, sunny days, everybody has them. But baby, can you stand the rain? And clearly he didn't even want to get drizzled on. Leave him. Well, she's already left him. Don't look back, girl. Don't look back. Keep on going. He was not the one.
The way it sounds, I don't even think he cares to look back. Yeah, it seems like he's very detached
looking for some other woman that he can pretend.
Because I don't see how could you see your significant other be in that situation? Like, I don't understand. Mm-mm. Like, do you not have a heart or a soul? Mm-mm. I don't know. Mm-mm. But anyway, one broke thing to another broke thing. Uh-oh. This is a bad segue. No shade to that girl. I really do hope that she finds another job and finds another man that treats her like a princess. But so a while ago, it was in the headlines that actor Geoffrey Owens, who played on The Cosby Show for years, was working at a Trader Joe's because he fell on hard times after, I guess, the show ended and he didn't find any more acting jobs. And he, you know, did what he had to do to not be homeless. Mm-hmm. When Nicki Minaj heard about his financial struggles, she gave him $25,000. Well, recently, he went on a radio show and said that he gave the money away to charity because it was a handout. And I guess he didn't want just someone to hand him money. He wanted to, like, work for it or start acting again or whatever. So the question is, was he crazy to give the money away, or was it valid to just, you know, give it away to people that I guess were more in need, in his opinion?
There is never anything negative about helping out a worthwhile cause, but however, he should have given Nicki back her money.
I was about to say,
if he was not going to use it to help, if he was not going to use it for the purpose that she gave it to him for, then she could have given it to a charity that she wanted to give to. Like that right there, that's right. That's audacity.
If I'm
that's
Nicki,
audacity.
Give me my $25,000
back. Like, say to her, I appreciate the gesture, but
like, why did you even accept it in the first place?
Accepted it. To me, that screams a-hole. That's right up there with the guy with the trying to teach the girl to ice skate so he can propose. Feel like he's that kind of person.
I feel like that was an example of maybe why he was working at the Trader Joe's.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because maybe he was getting acting jobs and he just didn't like them.
Or something.
Or
like, how dare you take somebody else's money? And like, granted, she gave it to him, and that's what some people I'm sure will argue. Well, she gave it to him; it was his to do whatever he wanted to do with. But that to me is the epitome of selfish, because you know that she was giving it to you to help you out, and if you did not want to accept her gift, you should have given her money back. And that's why sometimes people don't want to help people, because you got people like him that, to me, kind of spit on the gesture.
Almost just kind of like, you know, like I'm too good for your money, and it's just like, you don't have no money.
Yeah.
You are bagging groceries right now.
That and like I said, there's never anything wrong with giving to charity. That's great. But give your own money to charity. You gave somebody else's money to charity when they gave you money for a specific reason.
But I will say, on the other side of this conversation, that it is a little bit, and I don't know, like, if he was homeless, I don't know, like, if he just, you know, was living like a regular person and not like a celebrity, even though he was a celebrity.
Yeah.
But it is kind of crazy to think that, like, we expect him to live a certain type of life because he was famous at one point. And, like, he has a job. Some people don't even have a job at Trader Joe's. Some people are in a homeless shelter. So it's like, did he really need it? Or like,
I question his whole situation because, and no shade.
Are you not getting residuals?
I question his whole situation in that you got a job where everybody could see you in a certain kind of way. Like Trader Joe's, like if you're a cat bag and grocery, like you're very in the field of vision of lots and lots of people on a daily basis. You know people are going to recognize you. It's almost like he was attention seeking in a certain kind. I don't know that man's situation, but like there wasn't a job somewhere where you would be less conspicuous.
And I feel like
you could get on your feet.
With his career, unless he knew something about something he did back in the day was shady, like his co-star. I feel like it was there not a way for you to just become like a producer or like a writer or just act in like a Hallmark movie or something.
Ironically, if I'm not mistaken, a movie that we were just discussing, I think he was in it. Like, so
for somebody that's a nobody, like once upon a time when I wanted to be an actor and model and stuff in high school, I got booked for background stuff, and I was nobody.
Yeah, and you can get booked for background stuff.
If I wanted to quit my job right now, I'm not going to because I like my job.
No, you're not.
But if I wanted to quit my job right now and solely focus on that, I feel like I could make enough to not starve.
Yeah.
So if you already have a career
and you got a work history,
and people have seen you for decades on their TV, you can get you a little Lifetime movie.
Well, I just think that he should give Nicki her money back, especially if hopefully now maybe he's on his feet. Give that woman back her money because that was wrong for you to do. I mean, and I want to know, to what level was he suffering? Was he suffering to the level of he didn't have anywhere to stay, or was he suffering to the level of he's just living a regular life like everybody else that goes to work and has a job? Because if you just live in a regular life, I really don't feel sorry for you. And that makes
you're just a regular person.
That makes somebody like Nicki or celebrity not want to help out somebody else because, you know.
And then I wonder what Nicki's motivation was for helping him. Was it just like, oh, I grew up watching him and now he's struggling?
Like, yeah. I mean, because you can't help everybody, but he might have been than just the one that she knew in the moment needed help and she could afford to help him. Bless her heart for helping him, but I would want bro to give me my money back. Cause like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's just, that's,
Cause I feel like when I watched the interview, they were like, you gave it back. Like, what do you mean you gave it back?
Or gave it away. He didn't give it back. He gave it away.
You gave it, like, what do you mean? Like, if I was Nicki and I was scrolling through the shade room and I saw that, I'm pissed.
Yeah, I want my money back because
not that Nicki Minaj needs $25,000.
She could have given it to the charity of her choice if she wanted to give to charity, and he should have minimally informed her.
And then if he knew that he wasn't struggling enough to need that, because if you're struggling for real, you're not giving that money to charity.
Not if you got good sense.
If he knew that he had something and he was working at Trader Joe's out of boredom or because he wanted like, insurance or something, why are you doing interviews?
He should not have even accepted the money if he didn't need the money. That's what if you got money to give away, that means you don't need money. So you should never accepted the money. Plain and simple.
People that I know that are poor and not giving that money away.
Because there's so many things that they could do with it.
And I wouldn't give that money away. I'm keeping it.
I would not give all of it away. I might do some things for some other people. I wouldn't even give it to an organized charity. I know enough people personally that I know have needs that I can help them meet. I got family members that have needs that I can help them meet. That's why a lot of times, and I'm not trying to be funny, and I know people are going to come for me in the comments, I don't often give to organized charity because I know too many regular everyday people that need help. And rather than to give to an organization that has to use a portion of that money to pay for the lights in their buildings or whatever, there's never been a time in my life that I didn't know somebody that I couldn't personally help. And I would prefer to do that than to give it to Now, not to say I would never give to organized charities, because I have, I'm sure, done that before. I have given to different causes or whatever. But a lot of times when people come and want to know, can you support this or can you support that? They don't know what's going on with you. I've never been in a situation where I couldn't give, but I just prefer to give to somebody where I can see the immediate results versus, because a lot of times people have put online and it could be misinformation, but to show what percentage of your donation actually goes to the charity. Some of those 90% of it goes to, the corporate part and only 10% actually reaches the people. I'd rather give it directly to the people.
I would keep it $25,000. I'm still young. I still need to buy a house. I'm keeping the $25,000.
I mean, when you say keep, it depends on what you mean by keep.
Use it for my own benefit and needs.
Okay. And if you're paying bills with it or whatever and stuff, that's one thing. But if you're just like hoarding it for no reason, that's different.
I don't think you can ever, as a regular person, unless you become Elon Musk, you can't ever have too much money.
Well, yeah, but there's times when you can afford to give some of it away. You can afford to give some of it away.
I'm still young.
You maybe not, because you still got bills. You still got bills. And
I still have things to buy.
But there is
once
such a thing.
Once I get to like 60, 70 and I just have excess.
And you're saying that you would keep it. I would, there's certain things that I would have, if I was aware of it and things being as they are, I would make you do certain things with it.
You can't make me do it with my money.
We would have a conversation.
And I was so cute. What do you mean? You can't force me to do anything with my money?
There are certain scholarships and things that you benefited from that I would encourage
once I'm older and I'm established.
No, if somebody just randomly gave you $25,000, I would encourage you.
The first thing I'm doing is buying a house.
Okay, but there are certain things that I would strongly encourage you to do.
That's really cool. But if I got $25,000 right now in this moment, I'm going house shopping. I'm investing in a house, and then we can talk about everything else after.
Yeah.
But in this economy, I'm using the money for me first, everybody else later.
I don't know who raised her, y'all.
Anyway. I feel like that's very normal. That's Gen Z. Y'all know
it's honest. It is very honest.
Y'all know that it's hard out here in these streets.
Yeah, it's honest, and I get it. At your age,
I have a 2-hour commute to work. Yeah. No, I'm buying a house.
Yeah,
and
that would make sense. But you wouldn't take somebody's money that gave you money for a specific cause and use it for something else.
No,
no.
If they gave me money for something specific, then I'll use it for whatever they gave it to me for. But if somebody just handed me money, if I win the lottery right now, y'all gonna see me at the nearest real estate office house hunting.
Yeah.
And that's just that on that.
I guess.
You're old. See, you're older. You already lived life. You already have a house. You already have cars. You're fine.
Yeah, I have a car.
Well, technically my car is your car.
A car and a car that I'm financing for you. But anyway, moving right along.
Yes. I don't know why she's trying to act like she rich over there on the other side of the table.
I'm just saying there's certain, if somebody gave me $25,000, I could afford to
yes, because you are 50, almost 5 years old.
Yeah.
I am 22, almost 23 years old. There is a big difference.
Yeah. I guess.
Anyways, Gemini Gems. Who would like to go first?
Okay, so it's winter all over the, well, not actually, I was going to say all over the world, but that's not true. It's only winter in certain parts of the world. So, I did learn some things in school. But anyway, it's winter in our part of the world right now. So it's cold outside. People are needing to bundle up, wear more layers, wear more clothes. So you're wearing socks, I assume. Like a lot of people are wearing socks. And if you're like me, you wash and do your laundry, and then you can't find one of the socks. Like that happens.
I'll lose a sock a day.
All the time. So one solution to that is to get a big safety pin. Safety pin those little suckers together before you put them in the laundry. And that way when they come, go through the wash, go through the dryer, they are together and you do not have to worry about reuniting them after the fact. So Gemini Gem, safety pin your socks together. And that way you can find them easily together once they've been laundered and dried.
Really, we should have swapped.
I just thought about that.
But, at some point in the future, I will have gray hair. I don't have any right now. My hair is very much black, brown. I don't even know what color my hair is anymore.
It's not gray.
It's not gray. But at the point that I do have gray hair, if you don't want to, like if you just have a single gray hair, a couple strands or whatever, and you don't want to dye your whole head, you could take a little bit of your mascara and run it through. And
touch up the edges,
cover up the gray,
that middle part. If you don't have time to make it to the salon, it works.
Yeah. Or even if you use dry shampoo, that's like if you have dry shampoo that's tinted, then that probably would work too. Yeah. Because my dry shampoo is like a brown color. Yeah. And it kind of colors it makes my hair look a little bit lighter sometimes in certain light.
Yeah.
But with all of that being said, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Period.